Did I finish the quilt for the Quiltcon entry? Yes. Sort of. Well, I would have. I had plenty of time. Hang on. Let me explain. Hi, I'm Amy and I make things. And in today's video, I'm making no excuses. Hang around, let's see what happens. Oh, the Quiltcon entry. The Quiltcon entry that I've been going on about for 2 months. Did I finish it? The short answer, nope. I decided not to. I was on track and on schedule to complete the quilt for entry, no problem. And as I was applying the binding, I was thinking about photography and lighting strategies. I began really thinking about the quilt and categories of entry and the significance. And what I realized that the quilt I had made was exactly what I wanted to make, but it wasn't my Quiltcon entry. It was being entered as an afterthought, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that it felt forced rather than purposeful, and that it felt rushed, even though I do things at the last minute all the time. This felt different and I couldn't quite figure it out. And when I decided not to enter it because it didn't quite fit any of the categories, I felt better. And as I finished binding, as I finished applying the first step of the binding, I had already in my mind designed and planned for next year's Quiltcon entry. And that solidified it. That clinched it. That made me know that this wasn't my Quiltcon entry. So there you have it. A quilt almost finished and not entered into Quiltcon. It's still beautiful. I'll still finish it this week. It's still on the UFO list. My daughter has their eye on this one, so I'll have to watch it like a hawk or it will disappear in a hurry. I'll show it to you next week when it's all finished. I don't have my sliding quilt system helpers today, so I'll have to show you next week. I'm really pleased with it, and I'm really pleased with the decision I made to not enter it into Quiltcon. Other than that, this week I've done not a whole lot. Partly because I didn't have a clear plan, which is always a bad idea for me. I need clear direction. I'm very self-motivated, but I need clear direction. And I had a amorphous plan. These are the things that need to be done. And partly because I just didn't feel that great this week. You know, nothing serious, just felt kind of off. So I rested, go figure. But I rested and watched TV, caught up on sleep. So I don't have finished quilts to show you this week, but I'll get there. I did do some work on my scraps. I sewed all of the little red and white triangles, cut off triangles, that my friend Kim saved for me. Thank you, Kim. And I trimmed some of the some of the navy and white triangles. I still have miles and miles to go, but every step counts. I did get started trimming down my scrap bins to my standard pre-cut sizes like I showed you in the scraps video. I started with the blue bin because I am a big proponent of starting with the hardest thing first, or the thing you don't want to do the most. Start with that, get it over with, and move to the easy fun stuff. So I started with blue and I cut some squares and I sorted scraps. Right now in the scraps versus Amy battle, the scraps feel like they're winning, but I'm gonna get them in the end. That's why I started with the blue, the hardest one. It's also why I'm wearing my Grover shirt, Grover from Sesame Street, because he gives me strength. I did get the binding finished on 3 quilts for our Guild charity project. Those are back there as well. It's one of the reasons I always have handwork at the ready, is because I can sit and feel productive and get little things done when I'm unable to be in the sewing room doing something more active. And I can sit and hand stitch binding while I'm watching YouTube videos or The Mentalist and Simon Baker because he's so pretty. If you guys haven't watched that show, if you like crime drama, it's delightful. So this week I need a clear plan. I need some boundaries and some parameters and some direction. So my direction is I'm going to continue with the scraps and work at least 15 minutes a day, or whatever adds up to 15 minutes a day. I'm going to hand bind the not Quiltcon quilt with a running stitch binding, and in the grand tradition of do the hard thing first, I am going to lay out and assemble the heart applique quilt top, because that's the biggest challenge I've got, and I don't want to leave it till the last minute. I've got some new projects I'm working on as well. Some things for upcoming videos and some things for an upcoming video series I'm very excited about. I hope it will be entertaining. I'm planning and preparing for more filming during November and so much filming for December and Vlogmas. And y'all are going to be sick of me by the end of December. Keep on keeping on is the name of the game right now, and that's what I'm going to do. While I was taking it easy this week, I had tremendous fun in the comments from the videos and from the community tab. You guys were awesome. From the UFO confessions and the encouragement and everyone jumping on board saying they want to finish things too, and us all working together and you guys cheering each other on, to all the comments about your go-to quilts. That was a lot of fun. Man, Fabric Cafe got a lot of love for their 3-yard quilts, and they deserve it. Those are really awesome. And there was another quilt, the Yellow Brick Road quilt. I'll link these two down below. The Yellow Brick Road quilt, I was like, how have I not heard of this? It must have come up 20 or 30 times if it came up once. And I went and I looked at it, and it's adorable and versatile and scalable and all the good things. So I will link it below, and I will add it to my list of go-to quilt patterns. Thank you so much. We had a great time in the comments. Oh, and guys, thank you so much. Toby lit up every time I passed along your kind words about him helping me and what a great job he did. Man, the kid was beaming all week. It was fantastic, and I think it'll be a lot easier to get him to help me next time, so thanks for that too. Thanks for the responses to the poll in the community tab. And if you haven't checked out the community tab or don't know how to do that, I'll leave a link to it down below. It's in the little options above the video, I think. I'll leave a link below. We're having a good time over there, and I have moved the Scraps Get a Unified Look video to the top of my priority list. That one's a little bit more challenging to film, but it is in the works. So it's coming. It's coming. I'm really excited about it. Scraps are my favorite things to talk about, guys. Scraps and time efficiency. I'm super nerdy, but I'm good with that. It serves me very well. There's not much for me to report on the UFO showdown this week, guys, but for all of you guys playing the at-home version, let me know in the comments below what you've gotten done, what you're going to do this week, how it's going for you. I'll live vicariously through your successes. How those scraps coming? I want to know. Inquiring minds want to know. So let me know in the comments below what you've been up to, what you're going to get up to. And while you're down there, please do me the huge favor, because it means so much, of hitting those little buttons. Like, subscribe, share, all the things. I really appreciate it. And whatever you're going to get up to this week, don't forget that you make the world more beautiful just by being in it. I'm Amy, and I'll see you next time.